12. One Adam 12.
This is Adam 12. It stars Martin Milner as Officer Pete Malloy, Kent McCord as Officer Jim Reed.
One Adam 12, roger.
This black and white patrol car has an overhead valve V8 engine. It develops 325 horsepower at 4,800 RPMs. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 120 miles an hour. The automobile has 2 shotgun racks, one attached to the bottom portion of the front seat, one in the vehicle trunk.
You want me to drive?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Hi, I'm John Mallis, and welcome to this special edition of Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno, Comcast 187 and 43.6. Today we're going to be talking about Catholic Charities, the Diocese of Fresno. It's a charitable organization that you can help out here during the holiday season. We'll give you a phone number you can call. We'll have a guest in the studio. We're back with our special program. No phone calls today because we're on tape. Back in a moment. And welcome back to the program. Certainly happy holidays to everybody watching out there on MeTV Fresno, Comcast 187 and 43.6. Of course, if you have an antenna. Today is a special program. It's on tape. Sorry about that. We don't have any opportunity to take your phone calls. We're sorry about that, but we got to take some time off once in a while. So we are taping this program and talking about the Central Valley. You know, this place has been labeled as the Appalachia of the West because of the extreme poverty that exists here in the Central Valley, and now it has a new label. It's called the Valley of the Poor. That's because there are so many people living in poverty. I think people that make under $18,000 or $10,000 a year. So many people in need of food and clothing and all this. Well, I want to talk about a charitable organization. It's called Catholic Charities, Diocese of Fresno. The Catholic Charities has been around since 1933. That's the better part of 80 years. Amazing. Let's take you to the videotape and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. 45 years ago, they incorporated the Diocese of Fresno. That would have been back in 1968. Roughly 200,000 people came through the doors of Catholic Diocese of Fresno last year looking for help. The number one priority, of course, is food. But they also need day-to-day items like clothing, utilities, help in paying the rent, or help in paying the mortgage. Most of the people that you see right there in the videotape are living below the poverty line, which means a family of 4 is living on about $10,000 or less. There's the former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Many have lost their jobs, their homes, or both, and they feel ashamed. Some, if not most, are undereducated and they have no job skills when they come in. No doubt they are down on their luck. Catholic Charities, though, has 3 locations in the Central Valley: Fresno, Bakersfield, and Merced, but the agency provides aid in 8 different counties. Live in our studio right now is Kelly Lilles, the Executive Director of Catholic Charities of Fresno. By the way, my friends, she grew up in a Southern Baptist home. Her father was Southern Baptist. Her mother was Jewish. That's right, she's the head of Catholic Charities. I wish we could take phone calls on this, but we can't today. It's a special program on tape, and certainly we're going to ask Kelly about that and much more as we continue on the program here. Connect with me on MeTV Fresno. Back in a moment.
Frigidaire. It means the first electric refrigerator, the first compact electric range. Now, there's the Frigidaire Gallery Range with Symmetry double ovens. It's designed to cook multiple dishes at multiple temperatures, so you can prepare the entire meal at the same time. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Happy holidays to all out there watching MeTV Fresno, Comcast 187 and 43.6 on this day. And I'm very pleased to welcome in Kelly Lilles.
Thank you, John.
From Catholic Charities, yes. Diocese of Fresno. And so happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you as well. Glad to be here.
So anyway, let me ask you first of all, I'm chuckling as I'm saying this. You're half Jewish.
I am. My mother was Jewish.
All right.
She was raised Jewish. And
right.
she met my father. He was Southern Baptist, and they got married. And I was in a home where we really didn't have a whole lot of religion, but I believed in God. And then I met my husband when I was 17. I was going to college, and he was a devout Catholic. And I started going to Mass with him, and I became confirmed at 19, and he says I'm a better Catholic than he is
So
now.
do you consider yourself a convert?
I am a convert.
You
yes,
are?
Yes,
You are? Okay.
yes. I wasn't raised in the cradle, but I love my faith, and I try to attend daily Mass as much as I can. And I used to go every day before I had my full-time job, but I go when I can.
Now, how long have you been the executive director now of the Catholic Charities Diocese of Fresno?
Since April of 2011 is when I took
Okay.
this position, and it's been a blessing.
Yeah.
And there have been trying times, but
Right.
it's such a gift to be able to lead this agency and to help the people that we do.
Yeah. As the role of executive director, I've read the mission statement and everything from the organization, but your role as executive director, what would that be?
So I basically I raise money for the organization. I
How do you
lead the
do that?
agency. A lot of phone calls.
Okay. Donors?
Donors, yes.
Yeah.
We have lots of very gracious donors out in the community, and it just has been.
You have fundraising events like dinners?
We do.
And this and
We
that,
do. We have a
auctions or
really
whatever?
large event
Yeah.
in September. September 27th this next year. It'll be at the home of the Bonadellis, and it's a great event. We have about 600 people come. That's our bread and butter. That's how what we helps with the operations of our agency.
Yeah.
This event brings in quite a bit.
Is it a nonprofit?
It is a nonprofit. We like to call it a community benefit organization.
Right.
We're benefiting the
right.
community.
So how much money are we talking about? What's your budget for the year?
So our budget is about $2.5 million, and a lot of that comes in from private contributions,
Okay.
grant funding, fees. We have
Right.
a payee program. It's a representative payee program where we help veterans. We help people who are unable to pay their bills. And what that means is that we receive their SSA or SSI checks, and we pay all of their bills for them, their rent, their PG&E, and we assure that those people who are unable to care for themselves financially can stay in their homes.
Yeah, since you brought that up, I want to put a
Yes.
graphic up on the screen. It's called Basic Necessities. Obviously, the number one priority for anybody is food.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
The second priority, of course, is to have some sort of decent type of clothing, and we've got the
Correct.
graphics on the screen there, as you can see,
Yes.
Kelly. Utilities. You mentioned utilities such
Yes.
as.
So if we are in a position, we get assistance called emergency food and shelter money. And with that, we are able to help people with their rent, their mortgage, their PG&E, their water. When it runs out, it runs out.
Right.
And when we receive it, people hear about it. And
Yeah.
we've been blessed that we've helped many families with this.
What happens if they come in there sick? I see health needs up there. If they're sick, you tend to the sick?
Well, we don't have doctors and nurses on staff, but we can help people fill out applications for health insurance.
Oh, you can
so
do
that
that
we
now,
can
under
do.
the new
Yes,
Affordable Care Act.
Correct.
Okay.
We have sisters that we have at the office, and they can come
And
down.
if they can't speak English, you can
We
help
have
them?
interpreters. Yes, we do.
They can go on the website and fill all that out.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
So, a lot of good that you're doing. And what kind of clientele are you seeing?
Oh,
these
we are
days?
seeing it's interesting, John, that you mentioned that. We used to see people from, they call it just that side of town. I don't know what that means, but I know that our location is in the Lowell community neighborhood.
Okay, just
People
that side of
right,
town, meaning
right.
low in terms of poverty.
Correct, in poverty,
Okay,
low
yeah.
income. And I beg to differ with that. We are seeing people from the 93730, 93720,
That's north of
93711,
town, North
of
Fresno.
town. And this has been
Why?
happening
Why?
in the last few years.
Why?
And I think part of it has become that people, you have two incomes, somebody loses a job, you have multiple children, somebody gets sick, something happens, whatever it may be. We don't question it. We do an intake on people. When they come in, John, they can't come, we can't be the grocery store. So when they come in, we put their information into a computer system and we monitor how many times they've come in for services. We have a cap of 8 times a year. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule.
You can only go in 8 times
Correct,
a year for
correct.
food
Food and clothing.
Okay,
Yes.
and there are only certain locations where you serve food, right?
We serve food at our Fresno office on Fulton
Okay.
Street, and we also serve food in our Bakersfield office on Chester.
Okay.
And then in our Merced office on Main Street. And
So if you can't come in every day for food.
no,
This isn't
no,
like the Paparillo house.
No, it's not. We do not serve hot meals. What we serve are boxes of groceries that you can take home to feed to your family. For an example,
I see.
In a regular box, we would have rice, beans, tomato sauce,
So it's like the
canned
food
foods.
bank in a way.
It is, and we partner
Similar.
with the food bank. In
Okay.
fact, we do several healthy neighborhood markets
Right.
per each month. We do one a month on average, and we partner with the community food bank. And the community food bank donated over 40,000 pounds of food this last year to us,
Wow.
so that
Amazing.
we could give it away to the people in need. When they get overage, they call and they say, "We've got extra food for you," and they bring it to us.
I want to roll the
Especially
videotape of
fresh.
people actually going into one of the charitable organizations, one of the centers, either in Fresno or Bakersfield or Merced.
Right.
This is one of the locations here. And so why is it that you put a limit on the amount that people can
Correct.
come in 8 times a year? Why is that?
Because we want to give people a hand up, not a handout. So when we see that someone has come in, let's say for 6 services, then it's time to say, we need to talk. We need to refer them
Right.
to United Way, to 211. We need to assure that they are getting help. Somehow they're getting help. And whether that's through United Way or a job service, it's our duty to refer them and to make sure that they connect with somebody that can help them.
Right, and we're looking at some video here, some of the services that you provide. And do most of these people, though, the majority of them, I know you mentioned that middle-class people are starting to come in. There's the food line right there, by the way, or one of the food lines. But do the majority of people come in, are they living under the poverty line?
They
The
are living.
majority?
In
The
fact,
majority?
when you had mentioned the $10,000 mark, it's actually $8,000 a year is the average annual income for a family of 4 that comes in to be served. I think it's closer to $7,800. I tell people that we are blessed enough to be able to send our children to a parochial school, and I remind people that that's the cost of a parochial tuition. And that's what some families are living under. They're living under $7,800 a year for food, everything, to pay their rent, car breaks down, their gas, everything. That's not a lot of money.
Yeah, are they farm workers?
A
Most
lot of them
that
are
come
farm
in?
workers. Some of
And
them
don't
are
speak Spanish?
Some of them
I mean, don't
yeah.
speak English, I'm sorry.
Many don't speak English, but you'd also find those who are just they're 2 people who are working, making minimum wage, and they just can't make it to the end of the month. They just can't do it. They've got expenses that come up. The washing machine breaks down. The car breaks down. Everything breaks down in 1 month, and
So
then they need to come and see
the
us.
8 times a year, the limitations is due to money, right?
It is due to money.
It's due to
money.
everything is due to
And
money.
There's a
It's-
misnomer out there. I know.
Right.
Yes, there are people that take advantage of the system. I would never say that there are not people that do
Right,
that.
but there are also people in need.
But there are people in need, and that's why we track. And there's
Yeah.
so many people that come in, they're humbled. Many are ashamed to come in for services.
I know.
We don't want them to be ashamed. That's why we're there. I'm telling you, I've had people come, and we've had, some of the high schools from around town working in
Yeah.
our healthy markets, and they've said, I just saw my friend in line, and he turned his face because he's here with his family. That's a kid that knows a kid in another school that's coming in for help.
Yeah.
They aren't coming in because they are, proud of it. They need some help, and that's what we're there for.
Yeah. We're talking with Kelly Lilles. She is the executive director, of course, of the Catholic Charities Diocese of Fresno. No phone calls on this day. Sorry about that. This is a special program of Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno, Comcast 187 and 43.6. Happy holidays. We're back with our show in just a moment.
Now, why don't you tell us the whole story right from the beginning? All right, from the beginning. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. My name's Friday. I carry a badge. Police officers.
You any idea who the other man was?
My partner's Bill Gannon.
Program?
We got just one big question.
Yeah.
When?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
A lot of people in need this holiday season. There is no question about it. This area has been dubbed the Valley of the Poor now. That's the new slogan of the Central Valley because unemployment rate hovers anywhere between, I don't know, there are many figures that you can look at online. It could be anywhere from 14% to 18%, even higher right here in the San Joaquin Valley. Kelly Lilles is here from Catholic Charities, and I understand that 1 in 4 Californians are homeless, in America, in California actually, and 1 in 4 that's a high number. That is a very high number.
And homeless means that they can be living on someone else's couch, that they just don't have a home. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're in the streets, but they're living on someone's couch.
But I think that figure is 1 in 4 Americans that are homeless are from California.
Right. We are the Valley of the Poverty. That's how we're known, the Valley of the Poor. When I tell anybody where we're from, I say I'm from the San Joaquin Valley. They say, oh, you're the Valley of the Poverty.
Right.
And
Let me ask you about the mission statement. Okay, this is the mission statement from Catholic Charities Diocese of Fresno. The mission statement is as follows: respecting the presence of God among us, we serve, advocate for, and empower those in need, help those who cannot help themselves. Kind of dissect that statement for us if you can.
So our goal, and this is what our team believes, our staff and our board of directors and volunteers, when any one person comes through our office, I don't care who you are, they are to be greeted with a smile. They are to feel loved and cared for. Many of these people have emotional instabilities that they aren't able to care for themselves. Some of them do need medication. And we just tell everybody, you help every single person that walks through that door, and you find a way to make them smile. We may be the only person that smiles all day long, all week long. We may be the only person they see. I want to make sure that they are served food, clothing. Many people come in, they're cold. Their kids are coming in without jackets, shoes. That's what we are there to provide.
Yeah.
We have a thrift store that we do sell items at, and that helps support all those who need it for free, basically.
Yeah. We have another piece of videotape. Let's roll that now as we are talking about Catholic Charities Diocese of Fresno. And you also have some mobile units. And
we do.
Talk about that.
Okay. So the mobile units that we do have, what it is that means that our staff goes out to the areas. We did 60 outreaches this last year to whether it's a parish, some of the farm labor camps, and we provide food and clothing. We also take our laptops out, and that means that we do an intake on these people that we're helping so that we can follow up and we can make assure that they have PG&E care assistance. We help them with their food stamp applications. Driver's license, what have you. We want to make sure that they're getting all the things that are out there that they are applying for. We want to make sure that they have it, that they have access to it. Some of them don't know what they have access to. They don't think that they qualify. So we show them that you do qualify for all these programs, and it helps them make their bottom dollar at the end of the month so that they can have those extra dollars to spend on what they need.
How many mobile units do you have?
Well, I wouldn't call it mobile units. We have, we do have a truck. We have a truck that can take cold food out.
Okay.
And we have our staff's cars.
That's not a mobile unit.
It's not a mobile unit. We call it mobile outreaches.
Okay.
It's mobile outreaches.
How many
we
of
go
those
out.
do you have? Just
we
one?
have one truck. Yes,
Okay.
one truck. We have a second truck that we bless and release it when it leaves. We can't really send it out to too many places, but we do have one consistent truck, and then we have our staff and our volunteers will take their cars out to these places.
How does it feel for you as an executive director to reach out and know that you are helping people in need?
Oh, it's
it's
a gift.
not about
It's a huge gift.
We can talk about money
until
we're blue in the face.
Right.
But how does it feel for you inside to know, mentally, emotionally, to know that you're helping people? And I asked the same thing to from the food bank, Andy Souza, who was here as a guest.
Yes.
And he said since he left his city job, he's become more compassionate. Have you become a more compassionate person, I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
When I was first asked to do this job, I didn't know where Catholic Charities was or what it was. And I thought, all right, I can do this. I lived what you call the country club life, or at least in my own head. And so when I would come to work, I walked up and I thought, here's reality. Here's reality. Here's people that are on the streets. A lot of them cold. A lot of them didn't have shoes. Hungry. They're so hungry. Many come in just irritable and grumpy. And then when you get down right to it, it's what's the problem? I'm so hungry. I can't see straight. I'm so hungry. When you see that every day and you're reminded about that every day, it's hard to get out of your head, and it does make you more compassionate. And that has been a gift and a blessing for my family. It's changed the way we think about people, And, like I said, before I started this job, it was always, well, what are they doing? Are they just sitting on the couch? Are they just, are they just hanging out and not trying to help themselves?
Drinking beer, playing golf. Yeah.
Right. Like I said, it's a misnomer. The majority want to help themselves. And that's what has really been the blessing for me to see. It makes it very easy to ask for people's help, for donations.
Quickly, before we go to break, Kelly, phone number where people can reach out?
Yes, 559-237-0851. That's 559-237-0851.
Okay. We're talking with Kelly Lilles. She is the Executive Director of Catholic Charities, Diocese of Fresno. We're back with our special program. No calls today. We're on tape. We're back in a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Back here, happy holidays from all of us here at Connect With Me, from our family to yours. And we're talking with Kelly Lilles, and you've got an event that I want you to talk about, okay?
Yes.
And it's called the Toys for Tots. It's already taken place, obviously. And so what is this event all about? It takes place at your location, which is where?
149 North Fulton Street.
Okay.
And
what's this all about?
It's about us giving toys away to over 500 kids. And it's such a gift and a blessing. I think, in fact, it's about 600 now. We're up. But it's basically, these people cannot afford milk. So they can't afford a present for their children. This will probably be the only gift that this child receives. And we make sure that each child is equipped with a gift that is for their age and sex, and so that it's something that they will enjoy. And it's so wonderful to see the smiles on their faces. It's just a gift and a blessing.
Who pays for the gifts?
So we're truly blessed that we partner with the Toys for Tots.
Okay.
The Marine Corps United Way. It's been such a gift. We've been doing this for years. And we were blessed enough to be able to have all the toys that we needed this year for our children in need.
So you'll be getting up to 600
Yes.
children come in and receive a gift for Christmas, a toy, some type of toy.
You betcha.
Ages ranging from what to what?
3 to 12. Actually, it's 0, but really it's we try to, when you're just born, it's, we try to make it around 2.5 to 3.
How many years has this event been going on?
Years, longer than I've been there.
Yeah.
It's been going on for years.
So this is the annual Christmas Toys for Tots.
Yes. And Santa even makes an appearance. He somehow figures out that we're having the Toys for Tots, and he shows up. It's wonderful.
How does he do that? He knows everything,
I don't know. He
doesn't
flies in. It's amazing.
I know.
With candy canes and all. I think Mrs. Claus came this year as well.
So have you seen how much of an increase in clients this year?
So right now, we're seeing up to 200 families a day. Last year at this time, we were seeing up to 120 families a day.
Now it's up to 200.
200 families a day. It's 87,000 families a year we served last year for 2012. That is, and we're gonna beat those numbers this year. We're going to beat them this year. That's families. That's not people. That's families.
Huge increase.
And when you have 4 people to a family, you can imagine what that number ends up to. It is a huge increase.
Right.
And I think part of it is because, like I said, it's the 2 people making minimum wage. It's the people being out of work. Somebody gets sick in the family, taking care of an elderly person. We also have an elderly senior companion program.
Right. Okay, talk about that a little bit.
So that's a really cool program. It's seniors helping seniors. So when you have a senior who might be alone and they want to do something good, they get to go help another senior. They get a little stipend for it. They get to go and hang out. They play games. They read. They talk. Light house cleaning.
Right.
Whatever it may be, it's a companion. We've had seniors say, we have the seniors that benefit from it that are being helped say, if it wasn't for my senior companion, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
They kept me going.
In your time in office here as executive director, what's the saddest story that you've seen?
Oh, so I had a time this last year. I was walking by my window, and it's a 2-story window, and I looked down the parking lot, and I could see this woman who was clearly having a difficult time carrying the big box of food that we gave. So I was really proud about that, but it was a big box. So I see her standing by my car, actually, and she bends over and she starts opening up all of her food and she starts eating. And I thought, you know what, I want to just go say hello to that woman and just find out her story. She was a nurse, and she cared for quadriplegics. And her daughter went to Fresno State. Her daughter was hit and killed by a drunk driver. And this woman ended up becoming homeless. She didn't have any family that she had stayed in touch with. She ended up becoming homeless and just very distraught. She said that nobody, except for Catholic Charities, acknowledged her. And I don't know what the whole story was behind that, but when she came in, we had basically found her, we'd gotten her a hotel for a week so she could get her bearings, take a hot shower. She was taking her showers over at the one of the car washes by our location. I won't give the location, but that's how she showered. She would do it at night when nobody was there looking, very unsafe. And she basically said, "You were the only people who just smiled and gave me a second chance."
Did you
at
follow
the end of
her
this,
story?
At the end of this,
Okay.
she ended up hooking up with her family,
Okay.
getting back to her family roots, and she has since left Fresno. That's a gift and a blessing. She basically she just needed somebody to say, "We care for you, let us help you. Let us get you back on your feet. We can't fix your problem, but we can certainly give you a hand up." And that's what we want to do. We want to give people a hand up. And we can't take care of everybody's problems, but, just a little smile, a little touch, a little hello.
I know 8 times is the limit, is what you said, is how many times you can come in.
We make
But if
exceptions. We do
yeah,
make
Yeah, I
exceptions.
wanted to ask you about that.
Yes.
What is the exception? Can you come
So-
in 9 or 10 times? I mean,
Well,
what if you come in,
we
you're
have people-
starving?
right. We do have those situations.
Okay.
And, if we have food and
You're
we
gonna
have
give it to 'em.
we're going to give it to them.
Yeah.
We really have to
Do
say
you
that,
also refer people out to, say, the Poverello
we do.
House?
We do.
Or
There are
say
a lot
the
of
Fresno
people.
Rescue Mission?
Absolutely.
Or,
Absolutely.
okay.
We refer people to United Way for help. To
Salvation Army?
Yes,
Right.
Salvation Army. We partner with all these wonderful agencies, the Rescue Mission, the POV, Community Food Bank. We don't duplicate services. We partner, and that's the beauty. A lot of people ask, well, why should
So
I give
what's
to
the
one or the
difference?
other?
What's the difference?
Oh, there's many differences. The
Okay.
food bank gives to organizations like us so that we can pass
I
out the
see.
food.
I
The
see.
Poverello cooks a hot meal. The Rescue Mission ministers to people, and they have programs there that we don't have. Salvation Army, same thing. At United Way, they help people in
If someone
with
comes into
financial.
your place and they want to talk to a priest, can they?
We can absolutely get them hooked up with a priest. You betcha.
Okay.
You betcha.
Okay. And you
we
don't
are-
have to be Catholic.
Right. That's another
Right?
misnomer. So we're a faith-based organization, but we
Right.
serve all who walk through our doors, regardless of race or religion. In fact, I couldn't tell you if anybody that walked through our doors was Catholic or Jewish or Baptist.
Nor
or
do you care.
anything. We don't.
Yeah.
We are Jesus to everybody.
Kelly,
That's our
we're
goal.
sadly out of time. I'm
Oh, that
so
went by so
glad.
fast.
It went by fast. Happy holidays to
You
you.
as
Come back
well.
again. Good luck to you over there.
Thank you.
Continue that great work with the people.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, John. Merry Christmas.
You're welcome.
Happy
holidays. Kelly Lilles from the Catholic Charities, of course, Diocese of Fresno. That's going to do it for us today on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
Just about every morning, in just about every city and town across this great land, there are those who head to work early and get home late. They're the independent dealers of North America. Their priorities come from Main Street, not Wall Street. They work in showrooms and warehouses, not glass buildings or ivory towers. Their customers have names, not numbers, and their family's name might even be on the building. Their independence. They provide jobs, invest in their communities, pay taxes, and serve their neighbors. Their independence. With hard work, good judgment, and a little help from above, they're able to carve a living out of a storefront, some inventory, and their most valuable assets, their customers. Their independence. There was a time not that long ago when the MBAs, the consultants, and even a few suppliers had written them off. Surely the corporate giants with their massive resources and billions in sales would snuff out the independent flame. But those guys don't make the rules. customers do. Now it's becoming clear. There's a change in the air. A realization that customers are demanding more. Who can deliver quality? Where did service and advice go? What happened to trust? Well, it's been right here all along. In every delivery and every handshake at each of the thousands of independent dealers of the Nationwide Marketing Group and its divisions. Working together to buy better, sell smarter, and compete tougher. So think outside the big box. Think independent and save.
Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Do you like me?
Just like me.
Like MeTV Fresno on Facebook. Get the latest news, interact with others, watch videos, become a fan of me. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.